Good afternoon. Today is January 5th. I apologize for not doing a video blog sooner. I went to the doctor's yesterday and I found out that I have bronchitis. So I stayed home from work today. I slept until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon and it is now 2 o'clock. So I thought about doing this while the kids are at school and I'm home and thinking about it. And the last video blog that I posted, I know I talked about my grandfather and how he did a lot for my family, especially my mother because she did have cancer. I wanted to save her information for her birthday, which is coming up January 8th. But I really think I should maybe talk a little bit about what I went through having, my mom look the way she does. And maybe I still will talk about her. Excuse me, on her birthday. Growing up, I never saw my mom differently. She was just as normal as ever anybody else. I used to get really angry though because we would go places and people would sort of stare at her, or my friends would go, "What's wrong with your mom?" And I would say, "Well, she had cancer when she was 9. So they've taken muscles from her shoulders and her thighs to try and fix her face." Um, and they would go, "Oh." But it would make me very, very angry the way people looked at her like she was different. And not gonna lie, I was a little worried when I had my son and introduced him to her, and my daughter actually, because there was a time frame where me and my mother didn't talk. It was very rough, but anyhow, I was scared because I grew up with her and seeing the way she was and scarred. And she would come home sometimes from her surgeries, and I remember one time my grandparents took me in the other room and they said, your mom has staples in her head, and she's they shaved off all of her hair and she had staples all along her head where they tried to go in and reconstruct her face. And I never saw her differently. Even if she had her head shaved or staples in her head, she was always my mom. So I was very worried though when I introduced her to my kids, because kids can be very, very vicious. They don't really think about things they say, so I was just really worried that they would say something like, "What's wrong with you?" or "What happened to your face?" or so I was just very worried. But I mean, the very first time they met her, they were old enough to know better, and they took to her like I took to her, and they still don't see her any differently. I've tried to talk her into giving me pictures, but she won't. So I do have a picture on my Facebook of her with the kids, and you can check that out if you become my friend on Facebook. Other than that, I'm gonna stop this video blog before I go on and on and on and on and on. I'm gonna put the link to St. Baldrick's down at the bottom. If you could share that with your family, friends, anybody. I'm still working on my goal to reach $2,000. Other than that, I will talk to you again soon.